You were listening to a Nerd Room podcast, a member of the Star Wars Commonwealth Podcast Network. Be sure to check out more from the Star Wars Commonwealth on the web at starwarscommonwealth.com and take your first steps into a larger world. Hey everyone and welcome to Nerd Room. We talk all things Star Wars, Marvel, and DC. This episode number 145, we're discussing the final Aquaman trailer. I'm one of your hosts, Tim.
I'm Troy.
And I'm Sunjay.
Do your Aquaman voice.
My man!
There you go. We are counting down towards DC's one and only debut for their film universe in 2018.
You forgot about Teen Titans Go, bro?
Oh, I did see that last weekend.
Yeah, what'd you think?
I think I said this last week, but I fell asleep.
You fell asleep, man. I thought it was pretty good.
It was alright. My daughter actually kind of liked it.
Does that, upset you that she liked it a lot?
Nah.
She said it was her favorite film when I was
She's
talking to her.
really laughing at the Marvel comments.
That was actually pretty good. I was surprised that they had so much Marvel stuff in that movie. I thought you were the Guardians of the Galaxy.
So
That was
much
great.
so my wife thought it was a Marvel inspired film.
That's how we're going to convert them.
I actually thought it's better than the Lego Batman. I got more laughs out of that than the Lego Batman.
I
Might
would
be the odd
say
one
so,
out.
yeah. I actually like the show, too.
I love the show.
It's good. People
yeah.
hate on it, but I like
I
it.
think it's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, but live action Aquaman. We started this off with a tangent. We're gonna move ourselves back. We're gonna be talking about that final trailer. Now, I've expressed a little bit of my concern with this film in general over the last three films, and I'm gonna give it a bit of a break because this being a final trailer, they are showing quite a bit more. If I didn't want that, I didn't have to watch this final trailer. The final trailers are notorious for showing a lot of footage. But we're going to get into that Aquaman discussion because I know you're super excited. We're counting down. We've got, a month? December 21st?
Yeah,
it's filling in
1
that
month.
Star Wars gap?
That's right. It's taken over. Star Wars got scared this year. They saw Aquaman. They saw Jason Momoa. And they're like, you know what? We just can't compete with Aquaman. Move Solo forward. Move Episode 9 back. Because my man, Jason Momoa, just planted that flag, as you like to say, of Aquaman. That sea-bearing flag. Saying, I got this, boys.
Well, we're going to see because
Yeah.
there's a lot riding on this film. A lot in general for the DC Extended Universe. And I want to get into it. I want to jump into that about the impact this film could potentially have for that universe. There's one or two films, I think, that this universe got left in it to prove to us that this can be a universe and not just a subset of individual films. And maybe that's where they have to go. But it's going to be exciting to see how this all unfolds because I personally am sitting in two different camps. I see some real greatness in here, and I see some of the old DC tricks that they've been up to in their past films. But like I said, we're going to get to that at the end of the episode because we got a whole list of news to run through, including Morbius the Living Film. We got to talk a little bit about this Birds of Prey announcement of a title, some
Yeah.
Mandalorian talk, and of course we're going to get into Grab's question. And we also got to talk just briefly about this Deadpool, Once Upon a Deadpool trailer with Fred Savage that looks absolutely hilarious to the point where I'm going to go see this film again.
Wow.
In theaters, yes.
I could just lend you the Blu-ray so you
I
can
know.
watch the R-rated cut at home.
They've made it feel like a Christmas film, which is something else. That goes to the marketing of all this. But like we always do here in the Nerd Room, we got to kick this episode off. Not with tangents, but with our week in nerd. Gentlemen, it's been only a week. It's felt like a relatively short week since last time we talked, which excites me because it usually feels pretty long.
Mm-hmm.
But because you just can't quit me, Tim.
That's true. And I listened to our episode the other day too, so I felt like I had you in my ear.
Do you listen to me when you sleep at night?
Sometimes.
All alone?
Yeah. My wife requests it, actually.
Oh, really? She's like, more Troy, more Troy.
The deep voice. Anyways, boys, how was your weekend, nerd?
Kicking it off, man. I gotta give a shout out to the whole Twitter gang over there. Matthew,
Grabs,
Carlos DM, the other
Oh,
Carlos,
man.
Tumbling Saber, Chopper with a Z, the whole crew, man. Stubaka, I feel like I spent the weekend with these guys. It's just
Right?
great, man. Some of these questions and debates going on, so much fun, man. We brought it back to the playground. We're doing statistics on Marvel cards.
Yeah.
I love it.
Great gifts out there. It's just I had such a blast with those guys. And then me and Tim, we actually got to hang out this weekend too. We went to
Disney on Ice.
Disney on Ice. Yeah, man.
Thanks for the invite, guys. I wasn't doing anything. It's totally fine. No, it's fine.
Well, I got you on Twitter, but it was a great time. And for
see you Sunday.
For everyone out there listening, you can always get into this, debates with us on Twitter handles at the end of the episodes. But anyways, Week in Nerd. I got some comic books, obviously. I got some toys. I got the Black Panther vintage line, Bespin Han Solo with like the Fonz jacket, the blue jacket. Picked up a Ninja Turtle. I'm like really in this weird, Ninja Turtle mode right now.
Nice.
Yeah, so I got that.
Favorite
going on.
Ninja Turtle movie?
Oh, Secret of the Ooze.
Okay,
no way, man.
Yeah, I love part 2. Part 1 was great too.
Out of the Shadows. The latest one?
Oh yeah, you like that one? The Michael Bay?
Yeah,
I'm not into Michael Bay.
Oh man, that's good
that
stuff.
was the better one though.
Oh, for sure.
The new stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. I got after giving everyone these compliments of the weekend, I got a bone to pick with Sunjay.
Okay.
I picked up that Green Lantern book.
Okay. So I'm guessing you didn't like it by that tone, but let's discuss.
Well, I saw Grant Morrison on the cover, and I'm like, this is really dope. I love Grant Morrison, especially the Batman run.
Writer, yeah.
The art for me, it was like the art was cool, and I see what you mean with the 80s vibe.
Yeah.
I think it was like the ink. Sometimes you get like a great artist, but the weird ink.
It's kind of like muted a bit.
A little bit, because it's like so cosmic-y. The way the book starts off too is like introducing you to a bunch of these other like side alien characters that I don't care for.
Right.
But then the middle of the book picks up when it gets to Hal, like homeless Hal Jordan. That's interesting. Then he gets his ring back, and I like where they're going. If I'm gonna dive into it, I'm gonna wait for the trade.
Yeah.
But it's not bad. I wish it was more Hal Jordan of like why he's lost his ring. Well, I guess the battery has to be charged.
Yeah, there must have been.
Plug it in, man. Lithium battery.
I think I haven't been reading the Hal Jordan Green Lantern series, so maybe they explain it there. But that's one thing I was confused about as well.
Right.
But I was like, whatever. Like, let's just keep going.
Yeah. The Green Lantern is called, right?
Yeah.
This is the most recent run, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
so you didn't love it, eh? I'm surprised.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm really into trades these days. So if I do anything, I'll probably pick it up with a trade. But I can't invest doing the whole single issues for.
I don't even know if it's like an ongoing or just a limited series. To be honest with you, so
because there's so many other Green Lantern books going on, right?
Yeah. There's a bunch. So
yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. I made the recommendation.
Oh, so, I'll always take recommendations. Always.
When I read your Fantastic Four Hickman run,
and you love it,
and I'm gonna hate it just on principle now. Even if I love it, I'm not gonna tell you. Be like, this is the worst. Bring back the Josh Trank Fantastic Four.
He apologized. Actually, you were saying that the other day.
Yeah. He apologized after Stan Lee died. I felt so bad.
Yeah. R.I.P. Stan Lee. I'm still reeling from that.
Yeah.
Yeah. R.I.P. Stan Lee and F. Bill Maher. He had those comments.
Man, that guy's an asshat.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Dude, get out of here, Bill Maher. What a loser.
Who says that stuff?
Just
like you don't talk bad about like Mr. Rogers and Stan Lee. Those are the two people you just don't talk bad about.
It's
like,
not
come
like
on.
The guy just passed away, and there's also what's his name, Arnie Hammer too. He was a bit much.
Was he saying some stuff?
He was going on about. He's quite sarcastic after people were posting pictures with Stan Lee. And about how, as a society, if this is the way you need to mourn or whatever, then we got a real gut check. I don't know what he said. I'm half-ass paraphrasing, half not. But basically, he was saying that this isn't the way you need to mourn, and this is the way people are expressing themselves.
Telling people how to mourn?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess he's a clinical psychologist that deals with grief counseling.
So, I don't know. Like, that whole Bill Maher thing.
Facebook,
like,
he's a douche.
I showed it to my wife last night, and she's like, what is he talking about? He's talking about how, like, the rise of Trump is as a result of...
We're to blame.
Of nerds not being able to grow up. Like, get out of here, man.
How does... I mean, if he ever read a comic book, I'm pretty sure he would see that not a lot of people in comics really support Trump. In fact, like a lot of people are, like, mad at comics because they said they're too left, and it's like, how does that make any sense? It's crazy.
Keep in mind he's in Iron Man 3 too. He makes a little appearance in Iron Man 3.
He does.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a clown.
He didn't mind taking that paycheck.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
A little double standard there.
Yeah.
That really
it really bothered me all day. I've been thinking. Well, the last couple of days, I've just been
like, and he's going on about comic books and how like we put too much into them and realistically, comic books are the modern mythology.
That's right. We were talking about this the other day. It's like the modern Greek mythology.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And this guy to come out and say that,
man.
it's one thing to I don't know, if you don't understand something, then sure, maybe question it. But to come right out and insult it, this guy's always been an asshole.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, he doesn't get it.
No,
Definitely not.
No.
But anyway, Sunjay, back on a more positive thing.
Yeah, man.
We'll wait to hear my weekend nerd. It was just negative. Yeah, no, pretty good. I picked up the Meg on Steelbook.
I saw that.
Yeah, movie number 1900. So
There you go. It's
closing
good.
in. I liked it. Yeah, I saw it in theaters. It's fun. It's a fun shark movie. One of the better ones from the last couple years. So
Yeah.
It takes like that same space as Piranha and like Sharknado. Like, is it that
No,
or
it's
Deep Blue Sea?
No, it's not that
It's
like
not like
silly.
B movie.
No, like they actually like try to make it give it a plot and make
Okay.
it somewhat like coherent. It's fun. It definitely is fun. It's not really a horror movie, but you can kind of call it a horror movie. It's definitely campy.
Yeah.
We'll say that. Comic books. Been picking up some Aquaman. I'm finally getting caught up on that. Getting prepped for the movie. Seeing some similarities from the trailer and the recent comic book runs. So.
And the look.
Yeah. I love how they're changing Aquaman to be more of that gruff, like had the beard, how he was kind of in the 90s with
cut off
the
the
long
arm.
hair. Yeah. Maybe Momoa will lose his arm.
Maybe.
But if he does that, everyone's going to say, oh, they're just copying Star Wars.
Or MCU.
Yeah. Oh, they just want to be the MCU. I was like, but he...
They could
You
wish.
did it first.
Right? Yeah. If you listen to issue 13 of Aquaman, he loses his arm.
You just made fun of us.
Well, I made fun of me, not you two. I mean,
Come on, Bill Maher.
I've been heaping nothing but praise on you two all episode, saying you guys had the best voices, the best cameos, certainly the best dressed. Like
Man,
without
I don't
question.
know what world you live in. Did you think all that happened? I love you, Sunjay.
We should have like a listener poll, like an award show, but then but we can't like hold it against. It'll be like anonymous, so we can have like like kind of like they have like Miss America. We could have like the 3 different things that they have, like the talent competition, the swimsuit competition.
You're really invested in this.
Yeah, I think we
Sunjay
should.
needs a win. Please go see Aquaman.
So yeah, you can see our Miss Nerd Room competition coming in later.
He's gonna go back and do something.
I know.
Mean I shaved my bikini zone for nothing.
In fine form tonight. My weekend.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Been pretty slow. I managed to catch up on Vader.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're counting down. I think the last issue drops here mid-November.
2 to go
Mid-December,
or
sorry.
when to
Oh,
go?
okay.
2 to go.
2 to go, 25, okay.
Yeah, so I'm super excited for that, but a little bit broken up that we're not going to get that Vader series anymore.
I
but
know.
I'm okay with it ending. I'm okay with having a finite story. Then outside of that, I really didn't get out on the hunt this week, but I did pick us up a new podcast table.
I like it.
Yeah.
So
Did you make this yourself?
Yeah, right from scratch. Cut down the tree and
Ooh.
everything. No, so
Paul
the
Bunyan
plan
over
is that so we grabbed a new big wood table and we're going to kind of modify it to make kind of the idealized podcast setup with changing around the mic stands and all that, putting holes into the table so the cords run through. And then we're going to decorate it. Not decorate. Decorate it sounds like we're going to put stickers on it with my
Arts
daughter.
and craft day.
No, we're going to do this thing up. We're going to try to do something really unique to the top, put some decals on, and make this look super sweet. So when we're down here and we're podcasting, there's something special, something very unique in the nerd room. So we got a bit of work to do here, but we've got the first part of it. I got for $25 off of Kijiji.
Wow.
It weighs an absolute ton. But before we had a glass table, and we always got kind of this weird, you couldn't put anything down on it. If you tapped it, you could hear it through the mics and all that.
Right.
So the woods try to get away from that, and then allows me to drill holes through it too. So this is kind of my next big project. On top of that, and kind of getting us something a little bit different here.
Yeah,
I like it. Tim, always looking out for us. Thank you.
Trying. It's a bit of a personal thing. I like.
I'm just gonna put like stickers, decals of my face on here.
That might be where we go. Maybe we'll get your Funko Pop there.
There you go.
That's good. I like it.
Yeah.
I want us all to have like a little section and all that. But we'll get there. And we'll definitely post pictures on here. One other thing that I had a lot of fun doing actually on Saturday morning. I podcasted with Steve Kirk from San Diego Sabres along with
You
our boy.
cheated on us?
I did. Along with our boy Chop Rules with a Z, Corey from
Yeah.
Tumbling Saber. We got together, we talked about American Thanksgiving in a roundabout way, talking about toys and collectibles, what we're excited for Christmas. It was an absolute blast. So that dropped on Tuesday, actually,
it's out.
today as we recorded. Yeah, so
Nice.
Oh.
it was a ton of fun. These guys are incredible podcasters. We had really great chemistry on there, good back and forth. I had to listen to most of it today. get out there and listen to that, and the whole Commonwealth. But in particular, go see this or check out the San Diego Sabres episode, because the stuff that Steve Kirk does in general is always absolutely fantastic. And he was nice enough to invite us on to talk about all this, and it was an absolute blast. So go make sure to go check that out. I love popping in and out of different podcasts.
Dope. I got them on my Google Play, so I'll check that out.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
Nice shout out to Google.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That Google money.
Yeah. But that leads me into kind of wrapping up this Week in Nerd. One thing I wanted to talk about a little bit was what's on your guys' Christmas list. This is something that I talked with Stephen Corey about, and I threw that Captain America hot toy, that non-canonical MCU hot toy.
Yes.
Are you gonna make your wife listen to this part of the podcast?
I am, and I've already put the cue for San Diego Sabres in there because I rattled through a whole bunch of other stuff. but I want to know what's on the top of your guys' list. You know, I'm looking maybe to get you guys a few gifts. So let's see what we're gonna throw out there.
Well, you know, the more I think about it, and you know, Christmas is this time about giving and being with those that we love. So I you know, the more I think about it, I guess what I'm trying to say is that all I want for Christmas is you, Tim.
You got me, man. Every Tuesday.
I'm always wondering where's Sunjay going.
Where's
he going right
I
now?
don't think he knows where he's going.
I'm just trying to keep you guys on your toes, you know? It's like
you do that.
It's like calisthenics. It's podcast calisthenics.
Yeah, man.
Just keep you guys all loose and limber.
Yep.
Seriously though, what do you want for Christmas? Or the holidays, I'll say.
For the holidays, for Christmas, oh geez, put me on the spot here, Tim. I you know,
It was in the show notes.
you know I don't read those.
No, I know.
After I tried to explain to Grabs how it all works, and now I hear you don't read them.
I like to come in here loose and, you know, shoot the shit with you guys and give my honest like reactions to things.
This is all scripted with Sunjay.
Yeah, as I'm turning the page. Actually, our very first podcast was entirely scripted.
Yes, it was. And you can tell.
Maybe we'll let Troyski go first.
Yeah? Troyski? Okay, I like that. A hot toy. I'm always going after the hot toy. Got my eye on Finn.
Yeah.
The Finn hot toy with the lightsaber that I was so invested in, thinking this guy's going to be a Jedi. Anyways, I really want that figure, if not the Obi-Wan. But either way, if I don't get them, I'm just going to get them down the road. You know, it's funny. My wife was telling me an idea that Tim suggested to her. We don't know what her baby's going to be yet, if it's a boy or a girl.
Right.
So she was mentioning that you mentioned the cool idea of like a push present kind of thing. Like,
if
it's a girl, get me like that hot, like Leia hot toy. And if it's a boy, get me... I don't know.
Luke.
Yeah, well, another Luke, I guess. I got a Luke already, but another Luke.
So you get the present depending on the gender? Is that how it works?
That's kind of cool.
Or maybe like, you know, you get her that and then say it's like a gift for the family.
Hey, that's even better.
Right?
Yeah.
You display it on the mantle.
Yeah, man.
What you got to do... Oh, I got this brilliant. So you got to get her this really nice purse. Like I'm talking like something super nice that she's like, oh, this is the shit.
Yeah.
And inside it, you put in the hot toy.
Ooh.
So then when she opens it up, you know, you got the hot toy, she gets the purse. She don't care you get the hot toy.
And I just want to point out the reaction, the oof from Troy, wasn't that, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It was, shit, why did you put the hot toy in the purse?
What about the corners? Are they bent?
Hot toys.
Got the box.
Top of our list are hot toys. What,
man.
Is there a hot toy you're looking at?
You know, I'm staying away from the hot toys.
Not Wonder Woman.
No, because here's what the thing was.
Okay.
We had Timothy over here. Tim the Tool Man. Tiny Tim over here. Probably doesn't like that nickname.
I hate both of those.
And he said, Sunjay, you should get into steelbooks. And I said, I'm not going to get into those, good sir. I bought one. I'm up to 200 now.
200 steelbooks later.
It's 200 steelbooks later. So if I get into hot toys, I am completely effed. Like, no, I would have to like sell my house and like sell my children in order to like afford them.
Your unborn child and your current one. How about is there a steelbook out there? Like, what's the steelbook that's on the top of your list? Not say something new is coming out, but let's say the wife had a few extra bucks stored up for you.
Yeah, a few shekels to shekel around.
Sure.
You know, I'd say like there is a couple that I have my eyes on. You know, I'm really trying to get that like MCU back catalog filled. So I'm thinking like Thor, The Dark World, or
right to the top, eh?
There's a reason why these are the ones I do not have. Incredible Hulk. They just released like an FYE one in the US, or even like the Iron Man. There's some on like Not like the really expensive Iron Man, but they like re-released them and you can find them kicking around like Kijiji and stuff like that. So I'd say like, yeah, definitely those steelbooks. And yeah, I would say that, but enough about me. What about you, Timothy?
Marty said the hot toy is kind of the
cap.
top of my list, that cap.
I love it.
There's a few other things like some little Funko Pops, the Christmas themed ones and all that. I don't go into too much detail because I talked a lot about this on the San Diego Sabres episode, and you go listen to that.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Yeah, yeah. You know, that's on my queue. It's on my Ask Jeeves list.
Yeah, there you go. Your references are out of this world. Anyways, guys, so it's going to be a lot of fun, I think, getting into the Christmas season. We're seeing a lot more toys swinging from the pegs, and I'm excited to kind of get into the grind here and finally get back at the hunt now that the shelves are a bit more flush. So hopefully the wives are listening here. You know, I'll put a little bug in your ear about getting maybe a couple more hot toys over there for you. That fin in particular, man. I love the look of it.
Spectacular.
I can. I'll make you a hot toy.
Sunday hot toy. On that note, I'm just gonna preempt you there, and we're gonna go into the news section for this week.
Speechless.
I didn't say what the hot toy will be of, but you sit tight.
We all get the innuendo.
I wasn't even thinking of that. You guys have such a dirty mind. Like I was the cleanest one on this podcast. Here I am, just a clean, virtuous boy, talking about hot toys, and you guys just pervert my expressions and my sayings. Like I'm deeply offended.
Okay.
Maybe I don't even want to continue with this podcast anymore until I get a formal written apology.
As my daughter would request, can you please go for a time? All right, guys. Well, we spoke last week about Venom's box office and how the Chinese Open has really moved the needle on that. Looking at its worldwide total to date, it's moved up a couple spots and it's now pressing up against $800 million worldwide. Now, we spoke about the effects of this, not only for the Spider-Man universe in particular, but what that meant for Sony's universe building when it comes to other properties under that same umbrella of Spider-Man Rogues Gallery. And it looks like, when we talked about this a little bit, Morbius, and I said it's a living vampire, but now I'm calling it Morbius the Living Film. This thing has now gotten breath breathed into it in the form of Jared Leto and him shaving his beard and debuting the fact that they're actually going into production at some point with Morbius the Living Vampire.
Let's do it up.
Now, it was posted on Jared Leto's Instagram or Twitter or whatever, and it did show him shaving everything up. I don't remember the Twitter handle, and I really apologize, but someone tagged us in this and said, you guys kind of called it, and this is a discussion we've been having for a little while here. And I didn't think it was real. I had to actually go and investigate this because I thought it was like a fake Jared Leto account.
Right.
But this seems fairly legit, and I think Variety had picked this up as well and reported that this was actually going forward. So what do you guys think about Morbius the Living Vampire being Sony's next foray into the Spider-Man, into the comic book movie world, and Jared Leto coming off the back end of his appearance in Suicide Squad, at least for reference to comic book movies, as the Joker? How are you guys feeling about all this and Morbius being this film and Jared Leto?
I'm all for it. As they said in Justice League, I'm all in. Anytime you can get a comic book movie, I'm excited for it. Until I see it and I dislike it, I'm going to always be excited to see comic book movies. It's just another deepening of the genre, if you will. This horror comic book movie is something that we haven't really gotten before. We've had Blade, but I think that's kind of, of its time. I don't really know. It's been a long time since I've seen those films, so I don't know how they hold up today. And then if you're going back even further, you have Swamp Thing, which is like really of its time and definitely doesn't hold up today. But yeah, I mean, the horror, we've had comedy, we've had, science fiction, superhero films, we've had everything under the sun, but we haven't had horror before. So let's bring it on. I hope they really go with the horror elements, and I don't know who's directing it, but I hope it's a good director. Jared Leto's a great actor. He won an Oscar, for crying out loud, so the dude can act. I just don't think he got enough to do in Suicide Squad, so maybe people are a little hesitant about that, seeing as that was his last kind of big performance. And the dude can sing as well.
Man, come on.
Well, I mean, like superhero.
Yeah,
film.
I hear you.
And I'm a big fan of that film, even though I haven't seen it.
Oh, still?
I know.
2049, you'll see it.
$24.99. Yeah. I'll see it eventually.
Yeah.
It's just like, what, it's like 3 hours long?
It's long, but it's worth it. It's good.
Yeah,
It's a good ride. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, though this one kind of worries me because feels like Sony a little bit jumping the gun. Like they had a huge hit with Venom, obviously, and now they're like, boom, fast track this movie, which I guess it makes sense. But I mean, for me, if this was, let's say, Iron Man was a big success, which it was, and then you fast track Captain America, that makes sense to me because Captain America, Iron Man, they're huge, they're pretty big. Even if you go back then, they're still kind of household names.
Yeah.
Nobody knows who Morbius is. Like nobody knows who this vampire is.
Right.
I feel like it would have made more sense to include Morbius in like the sequel of Venom because they're gonna have to put Venom in this film. If it's gonna be the same universe, you can't just do a Morbius movie by itself. There's just no way. It's not if they're trying to expect these kind of numbers.
But I think we gotta think about the budget. What if it's like the Joker is $55 million budget?
Yeah.
I'm sure Morbius will pull in at least $55 million over
Joker,
the weekend.
Like he's
Yeah.
Joker,
Oh yeah. Like
you know
Joker's
what I mean?
like. Yeah.
Nobody knows who Morbius is.
We know, and we're talking about him.
Yeah, it's a niche population here.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm kind of worried about it. I mean, it could be a pretty good film. I mean, don't get me wrong. Morbius is cool. Jared Leto's gonna like redeem himself. Sure, I'm pretty sure he will. I just don't know how I feel completely about if this is the right decision to follow up with your big, huge franchise hit like Venom.
But I think their choices are limited. I mean, when you look at who they have, like they kind of gave up on Spider-Man and gave him back to Marvel. So, I mean, if you look at his rogues gallery, something like maybe like a Green Goblin film would have been better, or Dr. Craven.
I think Craven
would have been good too. Yeah. But like Craven's just as well known, I would say, as Morbius.
But Craven's easier, I think, to translate onto screen.
Yeah, and budget-wise too.
Yeah, because I echo your thoughts there, Troy, with Morbius. It feels really quick.
Yeah.
And the problem I'm having with Jared Leto, I think he's probably going to do great in the role.
Yeah.
I'm really having a hard time disconnecting him from DC at this point in time with the Suicide Squad. I've had to think, even as we're doing this, the next article we're going to talk about is DC related. Yeah. And I'm thinking, this is going to be an easy way to segue in because, but it's the different universes. So Jared Leto seems to, at least to me, he's associated with that Joker character, and that's tainted not him as an actor, but at least that character and his portrayal of it a little bit. And with this, and this is the caution that we kind of threw down a couple weeks ago, was that somebody's got to sit and think about this a little bit. We can't, because to me, Venom and Morbius do not mix.
No, not really.
And the style of film that you produced in Venom isn't going to align with what potentially they could do with Morbius. I think as a whole, that whole vampire gothic genre has gone by the wayside quite a bit. What was that one that they tried to drop, like the new Dracula film a couple years ago?
Oh yeah,
Dracula
Untold Story
Untold?
of Dracula. Yeah. And it's meant to be the build-up of the Mummy universe.
Yeah.
And that whole universe never got going. They put big stars into those roles, Tom Cruise and into the Mummy film and all that. Never got going. Yeah. So my fear is that they've jumped the gun here. I guess the benefit, though, is that it's not Venom 2 they announced. Yeah. Which is something that is inevitable at some point here.
For sure.
And it made a ton of money. Of course, they're going to do this. So I don't see them putting Venom in this film.
No.
I see them trying to make this its own thing and then eventually doing like a Venom, Morbius, Craven somewhat crossover.
You think they'll mention him or anything like that?
I think there's got to be some linkage there.
Yeah.
They've got to make an effort to at least form some sort of a universe or put a foundation down.
Yeah.
This has to be in the same light that Captain America referenced with Howard Stark. And, Iron Man had the shield in it. There's got to be stuff like that. There's got to be some continuum across. It doesn't have to be explicit. It doesn't have to be an appearance. But there's got to be some reference to it. I don't know if this is going to be in modern day or if they're going to go back in time, what they're going to period piece it. I don't know. It feels a little quick to me.
Well, how do you promote it then, this film? Because, apart from the Marvel title, it's just a regular vampire, right? Yeah. He's a scientist gone vampire, lives off of, it's blood, but in the cartoon it was plasma, right? Yeah. So how do you promote this character, really, to separate it from Dracula Untold and all these other ridiculous monster movies? Not ridiculous, but some of them are.
Well, maybe, I think it may all depend on the villain. Well, who are they going to have as the villain? I've I've only seen Morbius as the Spider-Man animated series.
Right, and there's Blade and all that.
Yeah, I thought he was a pretty good... that would be amazing, though. If they could have got Blade...
Oh, you just do a Blade movie.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. And then you have a team up with Blade and Morbius. And then throwing Venom in there, like that goes really well together.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know what though? Venom, they did drop early in the film. No spoilers, but I mean the movie's been out. It's made a lot of money. Yeah. They dropped J. Jonah Jameson's son.
Yeah. Right.
Which he turns into Man-Wolf. And Man-Wolf, I believe, and Morbius have crossed paths. It's kind of that monster universe. So they already kind of have set the groundwork, right?
There you go. There you go.
But that's a bit thin.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure.
If you're listening, Sony,
like,
Troy's your man.
Yeah.
Hire him to run your Spider-Man verse.
Please. Please.
I guess we can't really knock anything until we see. I think it's good that we're getting films. I'm just a bit worried about all this. And I'm a bit worried about Jared Leto. Not because I don't think he can execute, but just because of his closer association with the Joker and all that. Not the Joker to the film, but the character from Suicide Squad.
But there must have been like several, I can't think of any right now, where they have like big crossovers in between different franchises. And it's worked out just fine. I'm trying to think of one, but my head's ground.
There's not many where you can.
You look at like Scarlett Johansson. She's been in like so many giant films.
Ghost in the Shell,
Lucy, and now she's Black Widow.
Yes,
yeah, but I don't know. This comes again down to the idea that I've said before, and there's been some rebuttal to these remarks, but it's about character being able to bury themselves in a role where you can't recognize them. I just have this feeling I'm going to see Jared Leto, and maybe not, because he is a character that can disguise himself enough and really fall into a character.
Yeah,
and you're not, exactly. And you're not seeing Jared Leto. So I don't know. I just feel like Morbius maybe isn't the right step forward for them. Not the right character to be, okay, next we're going to follow up this close to $1 billion movie with Morbius the Living Vampire.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll wait and see, because when we're talking about like a little bit of Suicide Squad and Jared Leto, because one of the other films that was recently discussed was this Birds of Prey film, and it was another film that we kind of said, they got to change the name, they got to do something a little different here. Yeah. This is the first all-female villain team up.
Yeah,
I believe.
I think it's even like the first all-villain team-up superhero film.
Yeah, so first probably all-female team-up as well. So it's ticking a lot of the boxes, right?
I mean, like superheroes, right?
Yeah, superheroes.
Yeah, like there's that new one, Widows, that came out, which was like the three wives. It got really good reviews.
Yeah.
It's like 94 or 93.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I've heard really good things about that, actually, because it has what's her name in it from...
Viola Davis?
Yeah, Viola Davis.
Yeah.
She's
incredible, powerhouse.
Yeah. But Margot Robbie shared on her Instagram today the full title. Now, I don't know if this is real or not.
I've heard 100% this is the real title.
Yeah, it sounds fake to me, but sure. So the full title, and she shared the script with the title, and there's a kiss mark on it, and it's called Birds of Prey, and in parentheses, and the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn. Troy's over here shaking his head.
I love that DC at this point is just trolling people. Like, this has got to be a troll job, right? Like, they have to be trolling everyone, just being like, all right, you guys don't like this? You guys didn't like Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice as a title? Try this one on for size.
It's a mouthful, man.
I forgot it already, that title. Like, all I got is Birds of Prey.
The fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn.
Well, maybe it's a tie-in with the emancipation of Mimi.
Oh, the Mariah Carey follow-up.
Yeah,
there you go.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe they'll play that song. Yeah.
What is this? Like, what is... It's not real. It can't be real.
That's crazy.
This is the title.
No one's going to call it that.
Well, no one's going to call it that. No, but like Birdman had that like weird title where...
In the movie, though.
No, but that was like the actual title.
No, the movie was just Birdman.
No.
But the play or whatever that he's doing, the theatrical act was like Birdman something
You're
else.
You're making me Google mid-podcast here. No, I'm like 93% certain.
Because there's no way when that thing was nominated for how many Oscars, they kept repeating this like huge paragraph of a
the fantabulous
title.
Emancipation of one Michael Keaton.
Yeah, no, it's Birdman. Maybe you're thinking of Alejandro because yet the director who has like a long name.
No. Birdman was called Birdman or the Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance.
But it's or though, right? It wasn't together.
But no, that was the title, commonly known simply as Birdman. So it was official title was Birdman or the Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. So and Birdman was just a riff on superhero films. Like that whole film was saying like I don't like superhero films. So I think they're kind of riffing on it, and I like the meta humor with it.
I love that movie.
You love Birdman.
Love it. That's like that should have won. Michael Keaton should have got Best Actor instead of Eddie Redmayne.
You like Birdman.
I loved Birdman. I thought it was wicked. Love it.
Really?
Loved all those continuous looking shots. It looked like it's filmed in one day. It's fantastic. It's a great
I'll
movie.
give you a continuous looking shot of just me, and I won't trash talk superhero films. I mean, now you're Bill Maher or
I
Billy
didn't
Maher.
really take it that way. It's kind of like an inside thing of like maybe what some of these douchebags in Hollywood are thinking. But I mean, a film's a film. I take it for what it is. I could separate it from that. Loved it.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a commentary.
Yeah.
Right? It's a perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
Michael Keaton in it with who
Edward
played
Norton.
Yeah, Batman.
Yeah.
Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
But back to this title. Is this going to stick? I think it's fake.
Should we all? Okay.
And I'm more on if that's what Birdman actually was called, or like in parentheses or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's like you're saying, it's a bit meta humor. This Birds of Prey title obviously makes no sense, so we're gonna make less sense.
But here's
and
the
stick
thing.
Harley Quinn in the title.
Yeah.
We're talking about it. If it was just simply titled Birdman, Birds of Prey, would we even have mentioned it on this podcast? It's got people going.
Yeah, true. Like it's got people. That's very correct. That this comes down to this. It's very Deadpool-esque, right? This kind of more guerrilla tactic as far as using social media to promote your film. And that's a very good point. We would not be talking about Birds of Prey if Harley Quinn or if Margot Robbie just said, "Here's the title of the film. It's called Birds of Prey," which I still don't understand. But at the end, I didn't understand Suicide Squad as a title either. I get the concept of it.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it would fly in movie theaters. But anyways, this one makes less sense. But I'm okay with that meta humor, and you've brought in a great point. I wouldn't have not put this in the show notes.
Right? So I called up my good friend Margot. I call her Margie, and I said, "Girl, change the title to this," and she agreed. And I said, "Okay, if you do, we'll talk about it in the podcast." And now here we are.
There it is. You can ask her to come on the podcast if you want to.
Yeah. Nah, I don't want to bother her. What's the point? I know the entire DCEU film, the whole MCU film cast, but I just said, you know what, guys, you do your own thing, I'll do my own thing. In 10 years, we'll come back, meet again, and see who's more famous.
There we go. I'm guessing it's us. But anyways, like looking to 2019, 2020, we got some really interesting comic book movie films coming off the back end and really ending that cinematic universe, that not ending it, but really putting a cap or at least a bookend on the MCU and then spinning out into crazy other things. They're talking Eternals, we're getting Birds of Prey, Morbius, Venom 2. The slate's gonna look very different than it did 3-4 years ago when we had our staples in Thor, Superman, you know what I mean? Like the times are changing and we're shifting to properties that are lesser and lesser known to the general population. So it's going to be interesting to see how the industry and how the general population accepts these type of films that are a bit askew from what we're used to, this altruistic, more hero-focused storytelling, to now something that's Morbius, Venom, more villain, anti-hero focused. The success of Deadpool has driven a lot of films in this way, and realistically, without Batman, without Superman, and really with Wonder Woman kind of taking not so much a back seat, but they've pushed that film out quite a bit, we're not seeing that big superhero, the Trinity, if you will, the big three, taking that firm position at the comic book movie box office and all that, and really being the focal point of these universes. We're shifting a lot of that. So the industry and us as viewers are going to have to shift with this and see where it all goes. It's exciting times, nonetheless.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like no different what we've seen in the 90s, too, with comics, right? We had the whole Superman, Death of Superman, we had the Spider-Man Clone Saga, but we had, like, heroics, and then Spawn came along, and it shifted, right? And we got Deadpool was more of a focus, like that gritty anti-hero kind of type, and Venom, right?
Guns and pouches.
We're seeing it again. Cable, all those characters, right?
It's a good point, though.
Yeah, so we're seeing it in the movie world now kind of transition, right?
Yeah. And then in 10 years, we're going to be like, let's shift back.
Yeah.
Well, I think maybe Aquaman is kind of that traditional superhero film where you have the hero's journey, you have the guy growing up, and then he gets the powers. It's like the template is set in Superman the movie, where he show him as a boy, show him as a man, and then doing stuff, and a fish out of water, if you will. Aquaman looks exactly like that. Like it follows the same beats, and this could be like the barometer if we're gonna get more of these films going forward. If Aquaman's a hit, or if it goes in the fish tank, then maybe they'll say, okay, that wasn't out there enough, or that wasn't different enough. Let's just do something else.
Well, I think that constant evolution, and I think this is what you're kind of hitting on, is that Aquaman may be the last time we see that more formulaic, A, B, C type of storytelling. Even in the MCU, it's changed quite a bit. Mm-hmm. Origin stories aren't told in the same way than they were before. You kind of just thrown into the deep end. And no pun intended with Aquaman, it looks like we're going to take a step backwards and go through the story more in the same sense that we got from our Phase 1 films, from our early DC films, but going through that story, not jumping into the kind of the meat of Aquaman story. So it's going to be interesting to see how everything, and I think evolution is good and change is good. It just has to be done well and with quality. And I think that's the biggest caveat I put on all this.
That's all I ask.
Well, I mean, even if you look at Aquaman, Wonder Woman, that came out 2016, so 2 years ago, that was kind of the exact same thing. The hero's journey shows her growing up. So it's been proven that it works, and if it's well done, like it was in Wonder Woman, it'll be a hit.
Well, the hero's journey is like the foundation for all of our modern storytelling when it comes to, like, even you look at Star Wars, it's the same thing, right? It's a hero's journey just mapped out. It's fairly formulaic, but I think, like, as the foundation for storytelling, I'd say in modern times that it definitely works, but it becomes repetitive when we get 10 of them a year.
Yeah.
But I think, like, the interesting thing about superheroes is that they all have different powers. You look at Aquaman, you look at Wonder Woman, you look at Superman, you look at Batman. All four of those, you could have the exact same story beats where you have kid, something happens, they become a hero, and then at the end, they're finally, like, embracing who they are. But it would be four completely different movies.
Yeah, of course. And I think, like, the defining characteristics of each of those is a lot of it's tragedy.
Yeah.
And so that's really what takes people different directions. Like, Captain America is born out of the need for a hero in World War II.
We need a hero.
Batman is born out of a pure tragedy.
Yeah.
Right? And witnesses his parents get murdered in front of him. Spider-Man's the same way.
Yeah.
Right? So some of it is how those characters take those experiences and evolve either with them or through them. And I think that's what gives you your different characters. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's gonna be wild, wild times.
We're in the wild, wild west.
We certainly are. I'm really looking forward to things here. And what we're gonna do right now, guys, we're gonna take a bit of a pause, and we're gonna hear from our friend Mark Godsif. Nice. So, continuing with having our friends, members of the Commonwealth, whatever, promote their new independent stuff or something within the Commonwealth or a Patreon campaign or anything like that. We've given people kind of a minute or so just to get your ears and get you in tune with what other people are doing. Now, Mark Godsif, he runs a Patreon campaign called Mark Godsif Movie Club. Actually, that's just gone public. You're going to hear about that in a second.
Yeah.
But his Patreon campaign is fantastic. It's like $1 to get in. Everything that he's doing there, he does movie clubs, mini pods. It's fantastic stuff. I will support anything Mark does. He is a fantastic creator. So just take a second here. I think it's about a minute long. Tune into this, and then we'll be back to talk Grab's question for this week. So enjoy.
Hey Nerd Room listeners, I'm Mark. Tim, Troy and Sunjay have offered me 1 minute of their show to tell you about my show, Mark Godsif's Movie Club. This is a podcast that grew out of my Patreon campaign, where the community would nominate and vote for a movie to watch together each month, and then we'd gather together for a roundtable podcast and break down what we loved and maybe what we didn't love about films like Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, The Matrix, and The Shining, and so on. If you would like to be a part of that, then search for Mark Godsif's Movie Club in iTunes, on Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. You'll find us there. Or become an active member of the Patreon community. Join the conversation. Join the movie club at patreon.com/Mark Godsif. We'd love to have you as a part of our clan. Anyway, back to the guys. Thanks, Tim, Troy, and Sunjay. Have a good show.
All right, guys, we are back. Mark, thank you for giving that. I really hope that you guys jump into his Patreon campaign, or at least pick up.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, pick up his podcast, The Movie Club, that he's going to be putting out. It's now public, so there's the Batman vs Superman, I believe is the first one he posted. Yeah. It's like a 3-hour conversation. It's fantastic.
I can't wait to listen to it. Matthew Salvador
online
is on it. Yeah. And I mean, that's like, the movie was 3 hours, so I mean, I think they break it down in minute, minute by minute, shot by shot detail.
Well, Matthew, and I believe that Mark calls him on there a few times, a scholar of DC, and that is very true. He made me rethink that film.
They made me watch it. I went back and watched that film.
Yeah.
Wow, he did better than me, because after that film came out, I tried to convince you guys it was good, and you guys were like, nah, Sunjay.
I picked up Green Lantern.
Come on. All right, into Grab's question for this week. The subject is misused and abused. Tim, Troy, and Sunjay. I threw a question up on Twitter about characters people thought weren't given the respect they deserve. Now, Kyle from the Tumbling Zebra threw Padme into the mix.
Yeah, that's right.
I then proceeded to express my dislike of that character. For me, this was the perfect answer to my question. It was a character he felt didn't get the respect she deserves, and here I was not respecting that character. It led to a small discussion on her use in the film and hopefully better use in novels yet to be released. My question for you guys this week are, what characters in comics, TV, and movies do you feel weren't used to their potential? What characters were given story arcs or screen time that didn't deserve it? What are your favorite characters that others don't seem to like? Finally, out of all the female superheroes that have male counterparts, She-Hulk, Hulk, Batman, Batgirl, which are your favorites, which are the most successful, and which don't work for you? Thanks in advance. Grabs.
Okay, so let's unpack this. It's like a picnic.
It is. Let's unpack this. So we're gonna kick this one off. That was a great That was the great
Yes.
Twitter run there that they had going on talking about this. And this is one thing that you brought up, Troy. It's really great about
awesome.
being in the community. Is that all this stuff is kind of tossed out there. There's a big debate. A bunch of gifts get shoved in there, and then we're gonna get a great question out of it here. So
Yeah, man.
very exciting. So what characters in comics, TV, and movies do you feel weren't used to their potential?
All right, so I'm just gonna go with recent movie films. I love this movie. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like in Batman v Superman, Doomsday, could have been used a little bit better. I love Doomsday, but I just wish they went with maybe a different villain than him, because Doomsday is like this ultimate killing machine, and he comes in there, and like I love how it takes the Trinity to take him down. But I would have loved like a Doomsday. More of like a Doomsday arc from like the Death of Superman animated film.
Oh, it's so good. Like the recent animated one.
Yeah, the recent one, not
so
the original.
good.
But yeah, I mean, I love the film. Don't get me wrong, but that's Doomsday as like a character, because I don't think if he'll ever come back.
No.
And if that's his only appearance, I thought the design was pretty cool, because he kept like evolving into more what
Turtle?
you see. The Ninja Turtle.
Michael Bay's Ninja Turtle?
Come on.
No?
He was pretty cool. He had the rock edges, and he like stabbed Superman with it. Like,
Yeah.
He was badass, but I just wanted to see a little bit more of him, And I'm going to go with another one. We just talked about Jared Leto's Joker. I feel like if given enough screen time, he could have really knocked it out of the park. And I feel like a lot of his stuff, David Ayer's been coming out on Twitter, the director of that film, and he's been releasing some more information about saying how there was the original cut of the film before WB came and recut it and changed a bunch of stuff that tested very positively. Less pop music, he said, and more Jared Leto's Joker in it. So that's the character that I feel like should have got a little bit more screen time. And a lot of people, I don't like the design of him, but I was willing to give it a chance. And I like the actor, and I like what he did, but I would have liked to see more of him. See what I mean? He's the Rodney Dangerfield. He gets no respect, I tell you.
Pirate talking Joker. I got two. The quick one I'll throw out there from the comic side is the Sentry. I feel like the Sentry, man, especially you've gone back now. You're in that era right now. The Sentry has so much potential to be so cool. When you go into the Marvel universe of comics, there's two Supermen. There's Hyperion and there's Sentry. And I feel like Sentry was this interesting character that they kind of like retconned to bring into the universe.
The retcon was so good.
So cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
I don't want to spoil it.
No.
Go back and read. I think it's issues 4 through, or maybe 6 through 12. I don't know, of New Avengers.
Yeah, Bendis
run from 2004, 2005. The way they retconned it all,
man.
it's super cool.
Works for me. And then the character just fades away after Siege.
Yeah.
He goes away, and they kind of brought him back recently, and it's just a big mind F what they've been doing with the character. So I feel like he's kind of a waste, because the Sentry has like 3 personalities: the Void, the Sentry, and then the one in the middle, kind of. So that's one I'll throw out there. But going into the movies, not even the movies, going into the recent books of Star Wars and the recent television series, I gotta say Thrawn's a bust for me, man. Like Thrawn for me is.
So he's your character that's given a story arc on screen that didn't deserve it.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I guess I jumped the gun there.
No, it's cool.
Yeah. That's who's not working for me. Maybe I'm alone out there, but I feel like everything I've heard off this character from the original Timothy Zahn run seems so cool, and I'm reading the book right now, Thrawn Alliance, and I can't get into it. And I think this is like the best he's kind of been in that book.
Yeah.
The cartoon and Rebels, he's kind of like teased a little bit. There's moments of like some glorious Thrawn stuff, and then the rest of it's kind of a letdown for me. So that's what I'm going with.
I think the biggest problem with Thrawn, I'm a huge Thrawn fan from the Timothy Zahn days and all that, is that when it was originally released in 91 with the Zahn stuff, it was post Return of the Jedi. So there's no Emperor and there's no Vader.
Right.
There was no big overarching villains. He was the villain.
Yes.
And I find that he's just been squashed a little bit because he hasn't had that free reign.
Right.
Like he ran the Empire.
Right.
After the fall of Vader and the Emperor.
Yeah, because he's under Vader, under the Emperor, under Tarkin even, right?
Yeah. And then there's Krennic's in the back.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on,
Right, yeah.
And he's in this space of trying to chase down this one rebel cell and keeps never really getting there,
Fails.
right? And so when you go back to the books and that, he's quite successful. And he's done it in a way that is quite intelligent. And they've shied away, not from the intelligence aspect of it, but from just him having execution and victories.
Yes.
It's always like, oh, we'll let them go.
Yeah. Too much.
It's a bit. I agree with you. I still love Thrawn. Rebel stuff I think is good, and they left him dangling a little bit.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him come back and fill that space in
Has
again.
to.
I think that's where that character really excels.
Yeah.
For me, for a character that weren't used to the full potential, I'd say Qui-Gon Jinn.
Oh,
okay.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a character that Liam Neeson was incredible.
Yeah.
There's a lot of backstory there. I understand the need for him to go the way he did, but this book coming out, Master and Apprentice, I'm really looking forward to. And I just feel like there was so much more there. And to me, his connection with Count Dooku later on in episode 2, they needed more of that to build a full arc for Obi-Wan. Because you get some of that in context, that's more exposition. Oh, you're the former master of Qui-Gon and all that stuff. To me, and you can go back and listen, I reviewed it on TSW Roundtable with Robcast. That was one of my biggest things. I said, Dooku you could take right out of the film.
Yeah.
Like for me, like I never really kind of got it. But if you had connected him a bit more with Qui-Gon and built the Qui-Gon story a little bit while also building Dooku's story, I think there would have been a bit more continuity of villain or a continuity of ideas through that. And so for me, I had Qui-Gon. That's why I'm looking forward to his book. I believe it comes out in December here.
Who's writing that one again?
I can't remember who's writing The Age of Republic. I can't remember. But
isn't it Claudia Gray?
No, I don't think so. No, she's not doing the comic book. So there's I can't remember the Master and Apprentice. Is that E.K. Johnson?
Oh no, I thought Claudia Gray was doing that one, the Master and Apprentice.
Is she?
I thought she was doing that one.
Okay, maybe she is.
Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
I thought she was doing that one.
You thought
she's doing that one.
There's one book she's doing.
Yeah,
man, I'm totally brain farting here, but that one's for me. What about so you did Thrawn for a character who's given a story arc and screen time that didn't deserve it? For me, it's Jane Foster in the Thor films.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's
too much screen time for her and Darcy. There was that whole thing, and that really tore down Thor: The Dark World as well.
Yeah.
And that character, and they've recognized that as they've gone through here. Right? It's I understand the need for it, but there's a real need for her to not be the damsel in distress.
Yeah.
And she continued to be that. She was shown to be this really highly intellectual person. She could have had an arc that was somewhat important, and they kept dumbing her character down. Like, not dumbing in the sense that she wasn't intelligent, but just giving her the, oh, Thor, please come help me. Oh, I'm swooning over you, Thor.
Yeah.
It didn't need to be quite that.
Yeah.
Like, we all know Chris Hemsworth is attractive.
Yeah.
We didn't need Natalie Portman to tell us that explicitly in the film.
Yeah, right.
And so for me, there's a whole side thing with Darcy and Jane Foster and Thor: The Dark World that took away too much from Thor's arc, because that movie needed to be all off-world. But because of Jane and Darcy, they spent too much time on Earth.
Yeah.
And that really weighed the film down.
Probably kept the budget down though.
I don't know. Like, but there's some aspects of Thor: The Dark World that I really liked.
Like the mother scenes.
The
right?
mother scene was great. Even Malekith, if he had a bit more to do, but it was all focused back down. We need to get everyone back to Earth because this is where everyone, the rest of the supporting cast, Eric Selvig, all that.
Yeah.
I should say the whole supporting cast of Thor. We're all given too much screen time.
The Darcy, what was it? What's the hashtag?
What was it?
Turn down the Darcy?
Yeah, turn down the Darcy.
Oh, yeah. Man. Bring it back.
Yeah,
Bring
turn
that
down the
hashtag
Darcy.
back. Yeah.
Too much. That's mine. What about you, Sunjay?
Yeah, a character that's gotten too much screen time, that didn't deserve it. I hate the dump on this character, because it is Star Wars related. But I'm going back to episode 1, going with my man Jar Jar Binks. Like, that guy's in the film, but he just never leaves the film. You know what I mean? Like, to me, he kind of weighs down the whole film for me. He's just out of place. I understand maybe they're going for more of like a different dynamic and probably like more geared for a younger audience. And if I saw that film when it came out in 99, I probably would have thought he was the shit. But I didn't see episode 1 until like 2016 or like 2015 before we went to see Force Awakens.
Yeah.
And then I like binge watched all of them. So I was like, oh man, who is this guy? So I hate to beat a dead horse or beat a dead Gungan, as you will.
Whoa, look at
Yeah.
Sunjay with the pull.
You like that? You like that? But I'm going with Jar Jar.
Yeah, maybe a bit more sparing use of him. I think it was definitely directed at an audience.
For
Yeah.
sure.
That wasn't us.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Well, I mean, it's just the fart jokes and the
Yeah.
poop jokes. I was like, really? Are we going there? Do we
Makes sense,
need to
yeah,
go
They
there?
did. They did. Yeah. I feel bad for the way it turned out. I can't remember the Aftermath book. They gave a conclusion.
Yeah, they kind of
So-
give him there's like a little excerpt. He basically
Yeah.
becomes a clown.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
That's
like in the Itchy and Scratchy and Poochie, where
Yeah.
they like added that little bit how Poochie left to go to his home planet and then died on the way home. Was it like that?
No, man, I'm my best had a struggle with that recently.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah,
He got beat up pretty good.
Yeah, like I'm not like
No,
the
it's not about the actor.
the
It's
actor
about-
did the
about
job they were
maybe
given.
advocating for a bit more sparing use of a character.
Yeah, like if you don't like a character, separate the character from the actor.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
exactly. Maybe that's more key. Is that
Because essentially he was like this Andy Serkis back
Yeah.
in the day for that
He
role.
was,
What he
Yeah.
did, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, the technology and the stuff that they did in that
Yeah.
film is groundbreaking.
Yeah.
and that's what he struggles with a little bit, right? Is
Yeah.
that Andy Serkis is celebrated as this amazing actor
Right.
that like
Yeah.
really brought this technology to the forefront.
Yeah.
But Ahmed Best was one of the first to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Right? To play a CGI character and do
Yeah.
the spandex thing and all that, right?
That's right.
So I think he sees the praise that Andy Serkis gets and says,
Yeah.
well, I kind of
The hell.
pioneered this a
Yeah.
bit, I was on the forefront of all this.
Right.
But
Yeah.
so yeah, all best on my best.
Yeah.
So guys, what are your favorite characters that others don't seem to like?
Oh jeez. Well, I mean Aquaman for one, but I think that's gonna change with the movie. I'm trying to think of some, but I'm drawing a blank. So come back to me on this one.
I don't know necessarily don't like. I feel like this doesn't get enough praise is Iceman. I think Iceman
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
so cool. I think he's very
Nice
mid
pun.
80s, 90s kind of where he was like at his peak. But I feel like Iceman is just such a cool character. They've recently had him come out too. I think both versions. So
Yeah.
they went back to all new, all different X-Men where they brought the old school cast back in present time, and that Iceman struggled with like his sexuality and he came out, and then because what's her name, Jean Grey, like was reading his thoughts, but then the original Iceman of like present day was kind of struggling, like, wait, does that mean I am too? And I guess he turned out to be as well. But I just think the character is so cool with what he can do. His power set's always been awesome. He's kind of like the opposite of Human Torch, well, power set, but still has that same kind of like hot shot kind of attitude. So I go with Iceman, and I think Robin, like just Robin, whether it's Tim Drake, Dick Grayson, Damian Wayne. I think Robin as a whole just kind of gets like shat on a little bit. But I think Robin is really cool and essential to Batman. And I mean, Tim Drake proved that back in that run, the 80s. What was it? After Death of the Family. It was.
Oh yeah.
He kind of proved that, right? But anyway, so those are the two I'll go with off the top of my head.
Okay. I actually, you're talking about it, and I thought of one. It's a Spider-Man villain.
Yeah.
But he never gets any love. I'm talking about Scorpion.
He became Venom. He's done all right.
But like he's
The
not
Dark
in
Reign
any
era.
movies yet. He was a little bit teased in Homecoming.
Yeah.
And another one I kind of like is Rhino.
Rhino's good.
Like the traditional Rhino, not the mech Rhino.
Yeah.
What? He's so sick.
I know that one.
Oh man.
Oh.
See? I mean, this is a
You're right.
character.
You're right.
He gets no love.
Yeah.
I don't know, he's like a good henchman. You know, like if you're doing a movie or an animated series, he's a good like beat 'em up guy. You know, you bring him in, he can have some good battles, he's strong, you know, he can take a beating. He's got a horn like a rhino.
It was Spectacular Spider-Man. Go back to that cartoon. Because it's Sandman and Rhino. Those are the two quintessential like henchmen.
Okay.
They do a great job of that both those characters.
Yeah.
In that show.
I like the design. I don't know. It's kind of like old school, like Silver Age. Like it's very goofy.
Yeah.
But there's something about it that I just find kind of like endearing.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Dan Slott did a great run on Rhino back, I think, around the 600 issues where he like left that world of crime, and then he had a relationship, and then somehow he got pulled back in. I don't want to spoil anything if you're gonna go out there, but yeah, Rhino's good. That's a good pick. Yeah, for sure.
Interesting.
Going against the grain.
Yeah. I really racked my brain on this one. I couldn't really think of many of my favorite characters that others don't seem to like, and part of it was that I didn't really have a barometer for some of the characters, and I guess the one I'm going to go with here is Captain America Sam Wilson.
Oh, good call.
Falcon Cap.
Okay.
And again, with the barometer about not knowing how people react, because I don't, like, there's a bit of disdain in the early parts about, and this is addressed right in the book, right? You know, where we are socially, or at least where the States are socially and all that. And with them tweaking the characters so much, moving away from the more traditional Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man and all that. But that was a really great, and I think underrated run.
Yeah.
As Sam Wilson as Captain America. And even when he comes back.
Yeah.
It's so good. And there's a because when you get into Secret Empire and all that, it starts to matter again, Falcon and all that.
Yeah, but like Falcon alone starts to matter more so, right?
Yeah. But there's even him returning as kind of the symbol.
Yes, yeah, okay, yeah.
There's it's such a great run, and he's got, because they play with the turbulent times a lot, and not my Captain America type stuff. Like seriously, in the comic books, it's saying that. And it's a great social commentary on taking a character like Sam Wilson and putting him into the role of Captain America. And I just don't think it ever got the momentum it really deserved. Like, I love having my traditional Cap, but this was a really great pause on all of that, and it gave someone like Falcon and pushed them to the forefront of a Captain America series. Like, I'd be happy with both of them being present, like Captain America, Falcon, and Cap. They even kind of butted heads for a while.
Right, and they're boys.
Yeah.
Was that Nick Spencer that did all
Nick
this?
Spencer did all that,
So is that when his run started?
Nick Spencer picked up, I think he picked up around, what was that? That one where they're jailed, but the Kobik. He did all that Kobik stuff.
So he's after the John Romita.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Nick Spencer picked up after all that.
Right.
And then he picked up Captain America right after that as well. Really well crafted. And again, I don't have that gauge for if people liked it or not, but it was never a comic book that I felt was overly favored by a large population.
Well, you know what I think kind of killed it is it wasn't necessarily Falcon. There could be more to this, but I think that was during the time when Marvel did the whole all new, all different. So like everybody's status quo changed. So like Cap was now Falcon. Ironheart, Jane Foster was Thor, like Miles Morales, like all these characters were secondary, and I think as a whole people were looking at all the Avengers kind of like, that's not my Avengers, you know?
Exactly. That's basically what it comes down to. It's too much too soon. Like, if I think Falcon, you look at the Bucky run too, like he had a really good run in that character, and I think Falcon could have that, but at the same time a lot of the characters were more your status quo. Like, I think he could be a real standout if the universe was somewhat stabilized. Right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be my one. I think
that's a good one.
Yeah, I like it.
Finally, out of all the female superheroes that have male counterparts, She-Hulk, Hulk, Batman, Batgirl, which are your favorites, and which are the most successful and which didn't work for you?
All right. I have one that's a little off the board, but one that's not kind of the same. But I really appreciate this bit. Was in an Aquaman book, and then someone sees Mira, who's in the movie, played by Amber Heard. And they're like, oh, it's Aqua Woman. She's like, I ain't Aqua Woman. I'm my own person. Like, I'm Mira. I think that's a great line. I think they put that in the film.
Nice.
But I'm going to go back to Young Justice. And we all know Martian Manhunter.
Oh.
But what about his niece, Miss Martian?
Right, the White Martian.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Hello, Megan. Yeah. Like, I love that.
Yeah, that's good.
I love her. Like, she's a shapeshifter. She's kind of like the leader of the team.
Yeah.
She's the psychic link towards everyone. I don't know. I really like that character. I like the design. I like how she always like changes and she's always shape shifting.
Mhm.
I like that. You know, and I don't read a lot of Martian Manhunter. He's kind of like gone away in DC, sadly. He used to be an original member of the Justice League, but now he's nowhere.
Kind of brought him back.
He's
Though.
yeah. He's coming back. He's
Yeah.
making a comeback. But Miss Martian is my pick.
Nice. That's a good call.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll go with you mentioned Jane Foster, but I'll bring Jane Foster, like I'll shine like a nice light on the character, I guess. For the comic books, we just talked about the whole all new, all different when they did the whole status quo switcheroo. So I'm going with Thor when he's no longer worthy after the events of Original Sin, I believe it was. His Thor left him, or his hammer left him, and Jane Foster, I don't know necessarily how she got that hammer, but she became the new Thor while she's also battling cancer as well. It's a great run. It's still Mark Waid, I want to say.
Jason Aaron?
Jason Aaron, sorry.
Yeah.
Jason Aaron is doing it, who had that awesome, phenomenal run on Thor before.
So good. God of Thunder?
God of Thunder. So that carries right through with Jane Foster. It's really good what they did. I think it lasted like 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, it was
maybe.
a long
Wow.
time.
It was a really long run. So I'm going to go with Jane Foster. I think Gwen... Spider-Gwen is kind of cool. I think she's a little overrated, but
Yeah.
I'm going with Jane Foster.
Yes.
Well, you just gotta wait for Into the Spider-Verse.
Go see that movie.
Yes.
I've heard nothing but great
Yeah.
things online.
This thing's
Yeah.
going to do huge money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, to wrap this up, for me, I'm going to have to go with, recently, because She-Hulk and Hulk are great ones.
Yeah.
But what about Ironheart and Iron Man?
Okay.
You like that one?
Yeah, I really like the introduction of Ironheart. I haven't picked up, because she's got her new ongoing coming out here. I think I don't know if it's into 2019 or if it's at the end of this year.
I think it's coming out.
Yeah. But the way they introduced that character in that Iron Man run was really good.
Yeah.
It felt relatively organic, and it was a cool spin on a character. And for me, this one teeters on the edge for me. I wouldn't say it's in particular my favorite, but I liked how it was executed.
Yes.
It felt more organic than some of the other ones that we've seen in the past, where they're kind of doubling up here.
Right.
This, as far as where they've gone with the story more recently, I can't really, comment on that because I haven't followed up on it. But at the onset, it was pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. I really love that run with Invincible Iron Man.
Yeah.
After the events of Secret Wars.
Yes.
That was fantastic. And then, yeah, you're right. That's a hard issue to get to. Like, if you didn't know about it, you're not getting that issue.
And the only reason I have it, because the first appearance, I think it's issue 6 or issue 5 or something like that.
Yeah, with War Machine on the cover, which is the armor I think she's working on, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, I ended up, because I really liked that Iron Man run, so I picked it up. But you can't find that anymore because Ironheart, and that's a character that may or may not show up in the MCU, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's potential there.
Hope so.
Her name's Ironheart.
Ironheart, yeah.
Is she related to No Heart from Care Bears?
Riri Williams, though. Be on the lookout.
Yeah, Riri's she's awesome.
She's good.
Yeah. All right,
I got to. Before
yeah.
I'm gonna ask a question here. For piggybacking off Grab's question, is there any opposites? Is there anyone that was like a female hero or female person in pop culture, and then the male hero like splintered off of that? I can't think of any. I was trying to think of like one off the top of my head, but I can't.
No.
Like
I know. There's the Power Rangers. There's a really cool Power Rangers comic book that's going on.
Yeah.
Couple issues back, quite a while back though. You find out there's like these Power Rangers before the ones we all know, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and the dude was like the Pink Ranger.
Oh,
that's the closest thing I got.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I was trying to think of like a Wonder Woman. Like, recently she has a brother now that like did some stuff. So maybe kind of that, but there's not a lot actually. That there's like male versions of.
Scarlet Witch is a male version of Scarlet Witch, kind of. Forgot his name. Shoot.
Scarlet Warlock.
I think it's something Warlock, actually.
Really?
Shoot.
How original.
I think it's something like that. But his power sets is just like Scarlet Witch.
Oh,
but
okay.
Scarlet Witch is the original, obviously.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I have to think about that.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys get some answers out there, come our way.
Yeah, shut them out.
Yeah. All right, Grabs. Well, another one. I can honestly say I have a blast every week with those.
Oh, it's
it
great.
makes me think in so many different directions.
I know. He is the podcast, calisthenics guy.
There you go.
Yeah. There's like the Riddler, and then there's the question, which is Grabs.
Yeah.
Just like that question mark.
Right. He should go as the Riddler for Halloween.
Yeah.
And just ask a bunch of really good questions to like kids that come up. Who is your favorite Iron Man?
Don't do that. All right, let's jump into some of these trailers as we finish up the episode here. Let's talk about first, before we get the Aquaman trailer, this Once Upon a Deadpool trailer. Now, it was relatively short. It was mostly Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds interacting with Fred Savage.
Yeah.
They talked about in the past about shooting more scenes with Fred Savage. This is apparently one of them. And he's sitting in a bed, and there's like this nice dialogue back and forth. It floored me to the point where I thought, is this actually a Christmas movie?
Right.
It's not. It's just Deadpool 2. But the way they've structured this thing, it looks like a Christmas movie, which is crazy.
It's got to be way shorter. Like, watching that movie, it's not very kid-friendly, so they're going to have to take a bunch of stuff out.
Well, I think we talked about this in the past. The way they can be successful is if they just purely acknowledge.
Yeah.
Like if Ryan Reynolds just comes on the screen as something gory's happening in the background, and he's just like kind of moving his head, blocking it. Like, there's a lot they can do with this.
For sure.
And if they execute it right, it's going to be really worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And kudos to them too. They get $1 from each ticket being sold, going to support a kid's cancer.
Kids cancer. Yeah. It's
and
great.
so the research of that. Really great stuff. But how about Fred Savage's comment about the MCU? I'm more of a Marvel guy.
Yeah. They go into, like the logistics of it all.
Yeah.
He's saying Deadpool's, well, we are Marvel. Well, you're Marvel produced by Fox.
Yeah.
It's like the Beatles, but produced by Nickelback. It's music, but it still sucks.
To be fair, Nickelback is pretty awesome. I'm going to jump on that train there. But I think they're kind of catering to their new boss, right? Like, because Disney's buying Fox, so they're like, Fox sucks, but Disney Marvel, that's something to be proud of.
It's Marvel Studios Marvel, not Disney Marvel. It kind of is Disney Marvel. It's like Lucasfilm and semantics. But anyways, I really liked that.
Yeah.
My wife tagged me this on Instagram. She's like, you gotta watch this. And it looks great. I'm really happy. Like Deadpool, they are masters at marketing.
One of the
for
best.
sure. Yeah.
It's probably one of the only marketing campaigns that can make me and make a lot of people want to go see this film again.
Yeah.
4 and 5 months later. And to me, this isn't like it's one of those movies I can throw on in the background on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's not something that normally I would pay to go back to the theater, but it's intrigued me enough to do just that.
For sure, and that's just it too. Like they've also backed up by giving us a lot more footage.
Yeah.
Which is a big thing, because or else if it was just to rely on the fact of it being censored, I don't think it's enough.
No.
But you throw in like obviously the donation, and you throw in the fact that they shot a lot of extra footage. You got my money, so I'll definitely be there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Definitely.
I'll pick up the Blu-ray. If it ever comes out on Blu-ray, I don't know if it will.
But a movie we know you are going to see in this December
Alita
timeframe.
Battle Angel.
Yes,
Oof.
that's going to bomb
Yeah,
hard.
big time.
Is Aquaman. Now, this past week, they're really starting to ramp things up. We got 2 posters.
Oh, let's talk about those posters.
Yes, we've got Aquaman in his full aqua suit, his aquatard.
It's Aquamazing.
Yeah, with Queen Mira here.
That's right.
And
That's Queen to you.
Yes. And is that a spoiler as well? And then we've got the Aquaman in the waterfall with the trident and all that, and his again full aquatard.
Oh, it's the best shampoo commercial ever.
It looks very It looks very
shoulders.
It's very reminiscent of that Black Panther on the seat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. We're just looking at the posters here as we go.
See, that's the one I'm gonna pick up.
Yeah, this is
The Aquaman and Queen.
Yeah, very Photoshoppy to me, which is fine. It's fine. This especially the one in the waterfall looks a bit more like the Black Panther sitting on the throne. If you remember that,
Yeah.
really poorly executed.
Yeah.
Interesting. They're showing a lot of colors off here, but this again goes to one of the things I want to talk about the trailer in particular. And again, acknowledging it is the final trailer, but I feel like they've given away the whole chasing of the MacGuffin and the acquisition of the MacGuffin.
Let's discuss. Okay, I will be like Dr. Phil, and Troy will be like
Bugs, what up, Doc?
Well, I was gonna say another talk show host, but then I was like, nope.
Ellen. Okay, so we're gonna break this down at a relatively high level. So, but we will put the spoiler tag on here because it is the final trailer. We're gonna be talking about some of the details here, particularly the MacGuffin and all that. So if you're not interested, just pause here, come back later, or catch us on our Aquaman review. We're gonna be doing this for about 15-20 minutes or so.
And make sure you check out Aquaman 2 to 3 times in theaters.
Yeah. Sunday's right. Got a lot invested here.
Every ticket sold for Aquaman saves a fish in the ocean. So, if you really want to save those fish, no, it's true. It's true. It's not, yeah.
That's most truthful he's been all podcast. Okay, so jumping into the trailer here. So they spent a bit of time at the start introducing you to Aquaman's parents.
That's right.
Nicole Kidman and Tamara Morrison. One Jango Fett.
Or plenty of Jango Fetts.
Yes. They've done a bit of de-aging on him as well. But so one of the things they're very explicit about at the start of this thing is the trident.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So they make that very well known. And then you go through most of the footage we've already seen before. But one of the key things to hit on again in the middle of the trailer is the trident. They have that nice joke where their cool camera pan over to already got one of these. They have the former king of Atlantis talking about the trident and how it alone will be the one that, in the right hands, can unite the above world and the below world. And then you've got Green Goblin himself. What's his name?
William Dafoe.
William Dafoe.
Yeah.
Jumping out, rolling out the scroll, saying, this is the thing we need to defeat everyone. And then we have Aquaman at the end of this trailer walk up with this gold trident and tap it on the ground. To me, this is telling the whole story. Yes, there's going to be parts we miss. There's going to be some cool shots. There's going to be those big battles. But fundamentally, from the start, middle, and end of the trailer, they've just said, here's why it's important. Here's how to get it. Here's him with it. Marvel, and we talked about this online, I found that they did some really good things in the past, especially with Infinity War, is purposely misleading people. Mm-hmm. They took out some of the stones on Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet. They added the Hulk in. They had that running scene that didn't even exist in the film. Yeah. It's frustrating in the sense that
Justice League did a wonderful job with that.
They did, but they actually cut that. This was purposely done in Infinity War, at least. It's frustrating in the sense that I was waiting for those scenes to happen, and when they didn't happen, I was like finding myself at the end of the film questioning, like, where the hell were those scenes? I shouldn't be thinking about that. But now we have to acknowledge that there's a bit of marketing going into this, a bit of misdirection, because so much is out there. And I appreciate that effort. Could they have done in this film trailer, and this, sorry, I don't mean to be negative off the get-go, but this is something that's been bothering me. I have some positive stuff to say. But could they have just had him walking up without the trident in the Aquatard and not really give away that, okay, so we're going to spend, 45 minutes of this film chasing a trident that we know he gets?
I hope so. I think what it is, at least what I took, is it's maybe all a big misdirect. Maybe the trident isn't actually as big of a deal as what they're making it out to be. That Aquaman himself is the one that actually unites. Kind
of like Wonder Woman and the God Killer.
Exactly. Yeah. You could say that. That he's the one that unites the underwater, the water world, the ocean with the land. It's like he's the big deal, and not necessarily the trident. But I think the trailer is making it out like the trident. So that's kind of what I'm taking. I'm kind of hoping.
So you're taking more. That's the misdirect.
That is the misdirect. Is the trident itself? That he's actually going to be the one to unite the king, because they've been hyping it for a while. Like unite the seven, and it's been Aquaman.
Well, they say that there's exposition in there with Amber Heard's character, Queen Mira. Mm-hmm. Her explicitly saying that they need more than a king. They need a hero.
Right.
So again, that's pointing, and that it pans to Aquaman, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So they're alluding to that as well. That it's. And maybe you're right. It's less about the physical trident. Maybe it's the character or the individual that's holding the trident. Yeah. But it's still the trident.
Well, first off, I really like the scene when he's like, I already got one. And he's like, not like this. Because I remember when the movie came out, someone on Twitter was bashing Zack Snyder or James Wan, saying like, that's not a trident, it's got 5 prongs. And they're like, we never said it was a trident. You'll see when the Aquaman movie came out. Yeah. So I like how they put that in to kind of shut them up. But
I like that quick pan.
Yeah,
it's a nice camera work.
James Wan, he's a brilliant cameraman. Well, not cameraman, but director.
Has that vision, right?
Yeah, absolutely. He's got that envision in his eyes. This week he's mopping the floors. Next week it's the fries.
I don't know where you're going with this, man, but enlighten me on some Aquaman.
All right, so with Aquaman, here's the thing. Aquaman with his trident, it goes together like Captain America and his shield. It goes together like Spider-Man and webs, like Batman and the cowl.
Yeah.
Like Aquaman is the trident, and the trident is Aquaman. Like every time I've read an Aquaman comic, from the very first time, he's had that trident. So it goes with him, and I understand your reservation about it, but the marketing, everything that they're doing with it, the posters, the action figures, you can't have an Aquaman movie without the trident.
But okay, so here's my rebuttal to that.
Okay.
They have an Aquaman with a trident, not the specific MacGuffin of the film.
Right.
Like likening it to Captain America's shield and the web shears is fine. Like he's got a trident. That's okay, but the MacGuffin isn't the web shooters, the Captain America's shield, right? It'd be like showing the Infinity Gauntlet with the full stones and Thanos at the end, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point? We know he gets all the stones.
Yeah.
So it takes away a lot of the mystery. It takes away a lot of the tension and suspense.
But we already knew, I guess, that he would get the gauntlet and he would get the stones.
We didn't know that though. I didn't know. Honestly,
you honestly didn't think that
from the trailers when he has 2 stones and we're trying to piece together this film.
Yeah.
You're thinking, when is he going to get it?
I think you can go back and probably listen. We're talking about, does he not get all the stones in this film? Do we have to wait to Avengers 4 for him to finish the gauntlet?
Right.
Like, I remember talking about that, and that was because of the misdirects.
Yeah.
And we didn't I don't think there was an expectation from anyone that the snap was going to happen, because there wasn't this full belief that he was going to have the full gauntlet by the end of the film.
Right.
Until you got into the film.
Right.
But it was about the misdirects early on.
But with Avengers, there was 2 parts. With Aquaman, this could be the only Aquaman, if this doesn't perform well, this could be the only Aquaman movie we may ever get.
I'm not saying don't include the trident or whatever. I'm saying maybe be a bit more cagey about if this, and like you said, Troy, I never really thought it from this way, that maybe that is the misdirect.
Right.
I'm thinking of it more of, this is the MacGuffin of the film. They spend
like face value kind of thing.
Yeah, they spend the whole trailer telling you it's important.
Right.
And then he shows up at the end. Like his Aquatard and the trident, that's got to be further on in the film.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. That's got to be like the ending.
Yeah, he's going to be the reluctant king, right? He's going to be very much that Thor character that doesn't want to take the crown, but eventually finds his way to it, like on his own. He has to carve his own path to get to that point. And I guess all I'm saying is a little bit of clever editing, or showing a little less. I get that you need to.
What
show
else
him
would he
that.
be holding? His hands kind of guitar.
He could be just
That'd be amazing.
I saw that video. Yeah.
Either nothing or his old trident. Like it could have just take the gold sheen off.
Yeah, that's right.
But then I think if they did that, fanboys like me would have been like, "That's not his original trident." Maybe they would have said that. I don't know. But I think there's still like a lot of the film that like
I agree.
James Wan has said like this trailer doesn't even scratch the surface of everything that's been shot.
I don't agree with that, but I agree there's a lot more film to watch.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think that I kind of got the gist of it.
A little Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Yeah.
A little
bit.
That trailer, yeah.
And because one thing that they did really well in this trailer was they toned it down a little bit. I didn't feel as overwhelmed as I have with the other trailers. That was my fear about this film, is like, and you get a little bit of it, it's like these crazy battles, a lot going on, very, I don't want to liken it to Transformers, but just so much eye candy that it's hard to focus on something. You can't appreciate the essence of the scene because you're trying to figure out what's going on all the time. I'm getting a little bit of that still, but this trailer did better at focusing back to Aquaman, focus you back to his and Mira's relationship as well.
I will say, like, Infinity War, we all loved that film, one of the best films. We all said it was the number 1 MCU film. Film has a lot of CGI, and that battle in Wakanda is a lot going on in there, but it works well.
I agree.
And so I think that the stuff that we've just seen snippets of it, and if it works kind of the same way as that did, why not shoot for the stars? Why not just go for it? Because that battle was tremendous. And if Aquaman can give us something similar to that, or it may not. But I say go for it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to, and this is why I've always said that I have these reservations, but it's not going to subtract from my viewing experience. If they nail it, they nail it, right? We're seeing 2-second clips of what is probably a 15-minute action set piece.
Yeah,
and it could flow very well together. But from day one, I've said this about the trailers, is that there's a lot going on.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think the movie they said is like 2.5 hours long.
Yeah, that's long. The CGI looks great. Like the underwater stuff looks good.
Yeah, the music for me is like,
best. I love it.
The music's really. I can't wait to hear that. I think it's. Well, I guess Man of Steel score is really good, but I really like where they're going with this kind of music. It fits Jason Momoa's Aquaman very well. It fits like the water. I really like the music. For me, that's the standout of the trailer.
Yeah.
It's my favorite part.
Fully agree.
Yeah.
Like I have that beat in my head.
Yeah.
That is the best part
It's
of the
great.
film.
I
hope
it
it
even helps the
film.
logo, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But you remember when the logo first came out, it kind of seemed misplaced with like the direction, and the tone of the film.
Yeah.
But like the music kind of like balances it all out.
Yeah.
With the water washing over
Oh,
it.
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
That was the best part of the trailer.
I'm down for sure. Yeah.
You know, I was gonna say like this movie that I like taking chances and I like not playing it safe. I think kind of part of I don't want to knock this film because it's a pretty good film, but I think Ant-Man and the Wasp for me played it too safe, and I don't think we can say that this film's playing it safe.
No,
Yeah.
it's thrown it all out there.
And you know what? That's how you get great stuff. You know, you look at some of the things like Star Wars didn't play it safe. They could have played it safe, but they just said, "F it, let's just go for the gold medal," and they got it.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
You know, and then but still, like you can still watch a movie and appreciate that what they tried and what they did. But this movie here, like you said, the CGI, the music, like this film's gonna look amazing in 4K. Like this is just a beautifully shot film. I would not be surprised if this gets Oscar nominations for hair and makeup, because looking at some of those like fish people, that's all practical, and I think most of it is, and CGI. Like I would not be shocked if this gets a couple Oscar nominations. Not in terms of like non-technical stuff, because that we still have yet to be seen. I'm not claiming Jason Momoa is getting an Oscar nomination, but you know, I think some technical stuff. This absolutely looks like, I haven't seen it yet, but this absolutely looks like it deserves. Like it's something like Avatar meets Lord of the Rings underwater.
Thor. No, I don't think you can knock at all the effort that James Gunn and Jason Momoa have put into this character. James Wan. What did I say? James Gunn?
James Gunn. A little Freudian slip there.
Also DC now, though.
Yeah. We're taking all your former directors.
They've put the effort into this. Now, the execution's a different thing, but how excited James Wan is for this, the investment in the character that Jason Momoa has put in, even since Justice League. This guy has been the one that's out there showboating. He's been the most excited for this character of anyone in the DC Extended Universe. And they're very deserving of a quality film and a good showing. And that's really what I'm hoping for. I don't ever mean to sound negative. It's just when I usually just spit out my first reaction. Yeah. That's what I like talking about.
That's all you can do.
And that's the first thing that I picked up on. And I'm excited about this, though. I'm excited in a month that we're going to go see Aquaman. We're going to see what they can do while putting color and fun into a film.
Well, you don't have to wait long for...
I had to get that poke in there.
I just caught that. You clearly haven't seen Justice League, because there was a lot of fun and a lot of color in that film.
And Wonder Woman was good, too. I'm only playing. Come on.
Matthew Salvador is gonna have my back. You know, he's like
pulling out his hair right now.
I know he's listening to this. He's like, Sunjay, how do you keep it so calm? And you know, Matthew,
I love
the
that
trick
one in
is
for
I'm
myself.
always angry.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, you don't have to wait long for the social media embargo and the review, because November 26th you can hear the reactions on social media. Ooh. And December 6th, you can get the reviews.
So that's pretty decent.
Yeah. So they're kind of pretty confident in this. Like
it's like 2 weeks out then.
Yeah, they would not. Like Justice League came out like the week of. You know, they're pretty confident in this.
Suicide Squad came out like the day before.
Yeah, like the day after.
Yeah. And then Ben Affleck wanted out of like the film a month before.
You bring up a good point. Ben Affleck, you know. The thing I liked about Suicide Squad was like you got Flash cameo, you got Batman cameo. Yeah. Totally unexpected. Like I knew the Batman one, obviously. Superman reference, but I didn't know the Flash one. Do you think we're gonna get any like cameos in this?
No. Personally,
or any references at all?
I want to say we'll get something. I want to say, I don't know if it'll be Wonder Woman.
That would be cool.
Or Flash.
Like an Amazonian and Atlantean mix.
I don't know who it's going to be, but I'll put it down that someone's going to pop up in this film.
I'm hoping it's Luther.
I personally, they're going to silo this thing off.
You think so, eh?
Yeah.
You think so?
I think the best you're going to get, and it depends on, I'm assuming this takes place after Justice League.
Yeah, like the day after.
Yeah, with him saying, man, I just fought with a bat and some super dude.
Yeah.
Stuff got crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be that sort of referencing.
Yeah.
Where it's Aquaman just saying, this was crazy.
Yeah.
What's going on down here?
Back to the fish.
You know?
'Cause
Yeah.
Wonder Woman was by herself.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
There
Right.
was no reference, I think, to anything. Was there?
There's the Bruce Wayne reference. Obviously,
Yeah.
At the
but
beginning,
there's-
the whole thing is set up with the picture and stuff. So it's
Yeah.
like, the whole thing is like the setup to
It's
BVS.
going to be super subtle.
Yeah.
I
I
think.
think we'll
yeah.
hear. Yeah, I think we'll definitely have to hear something, just because like it's literally after Justice League.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to. You
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah.
And I think I think this thing is selling well. They released some information. It's only been tickets available in the US for 1 day, and they said like on Fandango it's outpacing Venom. I mean, mind you, it's 1 day, but it's outpacing Venom on that Atom ticket app, which is pretty good actually. If you don't have it, get it. It said it's the highest selling like 24-hour ticket period they've ever had. So people are pretty excited.
I mean, if Venom's doing those kind of numbers, Aquaman can do anything.
I think
It's
Aquaman
in a
will
good space.
It'll sail past 200 mil. I think.
Yeah, I think domestically,
Domestically,
it's
if
gonna
it's
get
in.
it's gonna push over 500. I think globally,
Oh, I think
500-600 probably. You're
Yeah.
sitting at.
Yeah.
It depends if the quality is really good. Good word of mouth will really serve this film well.
I-
Poor word of mouth will have the opposite reaction. though, an
December's a
opposite
tough
effect.
month though too, right? There's a lot of competition.
But
We
like
don't-
the-
Bumblebee,
take away.
Mary
yeah,
Poppins.
the competition's there, but I look at a film like Jumanji. Came out, same kind of buzz about
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
same kind of word about it. Opening weekend, like 40 million, because it was competing against Star Wars for
Yeah.
crying out loud.
Yeah.
But the thing is with Christmas and around the holidays, people go to a lot more movies,
Yeah.
and so that ended up legging itself to almost 900 million worldwide.
Yeah, Sony, right?
Yeah,
That's their biggest film of all time.
Yeah, that's
Crazy.
insane. And like even Greatest Showman.
Yeah.
Like that was a hit, and like that had the opening weekend of like 8 million, and it made over like 200 million. Like it had
But that's
legs are long.
Positivity like that. The way you get long legs is genetics, but also is also positivity around
Yeah.
the film. So if this thing gets mixed reviews, you're not going to see the legs on it. Overwhelmingly positive, you'll see it in the December timeframe.
Oh yeah.
The biggest worry is Bumblebee. If Bumblebee gets really good reviews and it's looking more like the original Transformers film,
Yeah. there
is potential that that's going to chew into it a little bit and cut down the longevity of the film. But nonetheless, I think what we're seeing here, you know, I'm sitting kind of on the a bit more cautiously optimistic end. You're for it. You're for it. I think we're there. We're definitely opening weekend for us.
Oh,
we
for
will be
sure.
sitting down and reviewing this. This might even run into kind of our Christmas time episode, which would be interesting, which is cool. Get some time off. We'll figure it out. Even if we got a podcast on Christmas Eve, we'll do it. We're committed.
Yeah, why don't we just see it like 3 times opening day, and then we'll just go straight to the podcast.
Yeah, right there. Okay. Well, make sure you guys get out there and do check out Aquaman for Sunjay's sake, as well as Into the Spider-Verse. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Let's
Looking
go.
really good. The hype is real for that. And I guess that about wraps it up for us this week, guys. We didn't quite get to The Mandalorian, but that's okay. We'll scoot that over till next week and talk a bit about that. I wanted to make sure that we got to this Aquaman discussion here.
Yes.
And yeah, we got a lot coming down here, guys. It's a really exciting few months in the Nerd Room here. We're building up to that 150th episode, which
Wow.
is wild, crazy. We should see that
Damn.
before the end of the year.
150 episodes?
Yeah.
I haven't done anything 150 times in my life.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, that's more issues than Hyperion's seen.
Yeah.
So.
Oh.
I just don't like Hyperion. I don't know why I keep attacking
Yeah,
him.
his
Look,
his
the
thing's
thing
too high.
is-
Yeah,
It's
it
way
is.
too high. His underwear's too
I
high.
mean, come on. Like, you guys want Superman, you can't have him. He's sticking with us. Stop,
Yeah.
like, we don't have an Iron Man.
Yeah, Cyborg. Anyways,
Cyborg is much cooler than Iron Man.
Teen Titans one, yeah. Teen Titans Go.
T-Titans Go, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
I love Iron Man. But Cyborg is a different, like, 'cause he's like a kid that had this tragic accident, whereas Iron Man's this
Had a
billionaire.
tragic accident.
He's a billionaire playboy who sounds a lot like Bruce Wayne. Ooh.
we'll see. Maybe we'll debate that
Dem's
someday.
fighting words.
All right, guys. Well, until I guess next week.
Yeah.
I don't want to end here because I didn't do our normal end thing. But
Yeah.
if you'd like to be a part of the show, make sure to email us at thenerdroom@gmail.com. You can hit us up on Facebook or our YouTube page. You can catch everything that we do on thenerdroom.net as well as StarWarsCommonwealth.com. You can find our Twitter handles. We're always loving the conversations down there. Over on Twitter, down on Twitter, wherever on Twitter. Our handles are at the end of the episode. And a big shout out to our man, Rob Wade, for endorsing this podcast. This is E14, Emotionally 14 Endorsed. You can find everything that they are doing over on emotionally14.com. And now I get to end the episode by saying, all right, gentlemen, until next week.
Well, you're not going to promote your brand new podcast?
What's that?
Your podcast you're telling me about before the episode about Lego and cats? It's called Bricks and Licks. You're not gonna
Man.
promote that?
No. All right, guys. Until next week for the Nerd Room, I'm Tim.
I'm Troy.
And I'm unfortunately Sunjay.
Thank you for entering the Nerd Room. Licks and bricks. This has been a Nerd Room podcast production. You can find our hosts Tim, Troy, and Sunjay on Twitter at the NerdRM, TroyTheBoy87, and Sunjabby. For more content from the Nerd Room, check out thenerdroom.net. And don't forget to subscribe to the Nerd Room on iTunes, Podbean, and YouTube. Be sure to head over to StarWarsCommonwealth.com to find more podcasts in the Star Wars Commonwealth Podcast Network, including Talk Star Wars, Tumbling Saber, Generation X-Wing, Rogue Squadron Podcast, Skyros Podcast, and San Diego Sabres. Follow the Star Wars Commonwealth on Twitter at SW Commonwealth and take your first steps into a larger world.